Yeah, we're gonna give this game at least one more chance. I might try using the point and click interface, maybe. I actually turned off the. I had to hunt for this because I wasn't a backer, unfortunately. Um, but you can eventually find these things on the internet. This is the Abduction Exploration Guide. It's the same thing you find on the wiki, only it's printer friendly. I do like the ability to actually I think the screen's changed. That's interesting. Yeah, more galaxy bits in the background. Um, I like having a hard copy, especially since I'm using. Otherwise, I'd be limited to this. I mean, relatively large, admittedly, um, for a phone, but still, like it is small. It's being able to like flip between pages rather than having to scroll. Anyways, the reason why I'm considering using point and click is because I think my main problem is that I don't know where to go. I literally do not know where to go. So we did the whole rotating bridge thing. um, so there's a hidden path. I wonder if there's like something else through the elevator. I don't think so. I mean, I guess we'll see. Because like the last tip I have here is something about the elevator. Also, I don't understand why I can't open this door now. Because I'm pretty sure I'm on the opposite side of what. Because there was like a door that was identical to this back in the temple, I think. If I'm, yeah, I I can't tell if that is the temple. Maybe it's something else. There's sure a lot of those beetle fins flying through here, so maybe it's different. We have this up here. I'm not sure why that's there. I'm not even really sure why this is here. I think the reason why some of these end up looking different is because they're literally swapping. Like the devices themselves are swapping. Like, I just like kind of realized that recently. It takes me here, which isn't particularly useful. Although actually it may be useful because we have this whole dome that was here before, and now it's gone, which means it's over there. So I think we're meant to play around a lot more with like actually like swapping things between the between dimensions. Also, something I've also kind of well, I already spoke about it a little bit. Is the idea that like we're kind of mutually entangled with these other spaces, basically. Um, so like I imagine whenever we go into the Mofang world, that we'll see this world sort of wrapped around, you know, I forget what this is called. But we'll see like this world that we're currently in will be wrapped around this world, the same way that this world is wrapped around um, here, and it's a trippy notion. But the way I see it is that it's like actually okay. Not sure why I want to do that. Um, but I think the idea is one of, I guess, curved space, which I would describe like basically this is um, I forget what this place is called. This is like where we are now, and it's basically at least potentially from a certain point of view. Um, it is so when we get to this world, our world will be wrapped around it like this. just like a cylinder, basically, or well, not quite a cylinder, more like it's kind of also like folded up and around. Um, so we'll probably actually see an Earth-like guy over this place, more than likely. Um, but is the space effectively as work? The actual um, the space itself is warped, and time is bendable. Um, you get points if you know what that what that references to. But basically, the space is warped. But from our perspective, space is not really warped because space is warped. Um, because when we think we're like you know, if I were to draw a line over this, someone walking over it, its surface, like I don't know, an ant or something, I don't know, would just see a straight line. They like we cannot see the curvature of space. From our perspective, we cannot see the way our space is being curved, or potentially not being curved, because it could be that this space is in fact truly curved around us. But once we get into that space, it will look like our space is curved around it. It could very well be a mutual curving around each other, but that's a little harder to imagine. Basically, it's kind of a multi-dimensional, like we're probably talking about like higher spatial dimensions, effectively. But basically, we could only see the way space is curved from here. I don't know if I'm describing that accurately or in any sensible fashion. I can't remember how we're gonna get back there, but I'm not even using the walkthrough. I just like kind of occurred to me. Also, I started watching Hidden Styles playthrough, and like he kind of noted that, and I'm like, oh, like that actually kind of makes sense. Um, so I think we rode that back up there last time, so if I were reviewing this, I probably would give a control negative, so I have an ability to call it down here from here. Because I mean, the only reason we couldn't, like, we couldn't move it before was because it wasn't powered. Once we have it powered, there should be a device to call it down here. It just wouldn't work when we first arrived. I think we found a path that we hadn't explored yet. I think that's what led us to the swapper. We just had to backtrack quite a bit to get there. I'm imagining by teleporting that one thing, we or by swapping, we may now have a path open that we hadn't before. Okay, we. Oh yeah, we have this path up here. I can't remember if we. I think we were going up. Oh boy. Is there any way to call it back? I think there is. Well, this is. Um. This is the control negative again. None of these chain things have a way to call back the. I think that might be the way we need to go to get there, unless there was a way to like go back, send it back, get off it's being sent back. is our inability to I still think it's bad game design. Like even if that's the solution, it's bad game design because if I you know stop playing and come back and don't recall how I took, or for whatever reason I don't remember that I took the that thing to even get here in the first place. Wait, so this is how we get here. I just have to remember how we get out. Can we do this and get out of the radius of it? That could be another thing. So that we teleport what we want in from the other side, but we don't get teleported ourselves. I know there was a way out of here. And we can test that here. Nope, we're frozen in place. We are locked. Okay. Good to know. Negative to control. Even though it kind of makes sense a little bit. I don't know. Does it though? Does it really? That where we just were? I think just where we just were. I'm getting the sense that there might be a seed thing in there, or one of those. Uh, yeah, those flopper things. Just a hunch. Well, okay. I'm feeling lost. That's where we were. I even lost in the guide, just in case I like missed something or I'm not on the right track. It still different, like radically different. So, oh, okay. There's the. Why can't I just jump or climb down there? It's not that kind of game. Am I able to use this before? Am I able to use it now? It's just like some kind of elevator, sort of. I think I still have pin clips on, so. Yep. So, what setting it was underneath that? Backer reward display. Yeah, I would not be able to get off here. So how the hell do I get back to that spot that I was in? Like the only use to um, change that spot would be to Am I just in an unwinnable state? This game does not contain unwinnable states. This is a Cyan game. I don't do unwinnable states. Yeah, I need to turn down the ambient noise just for the sake of my own damn sanity here. Okay. What? Huh? No, this freaking hell! How is this controller friendly at all? It's not controller friendly at all. The hell? What? Still grating on my ears. Oh, I have the ambient volume. Unless it's not ambient, it's actually literally sound effects. Yeah, it might actually be sound effects. My god. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's actually sound effects. Even though it's technically an ambient noise at this point. Wow. Like, how do I get back to that without using the swapper? Like, it seems like there should be some significance to using the swapper to bring something back there. Yeah, I can't get back to it because there's a rail thing in the way, and there's no way to summon back the rail. I am mightily confused. And the guide isn't helping. Like, I think I figured out something on my own. And the game's like, no, you haven't. We don't take kindly to people trying to thinking they figured out something on their own. Oh, maybe there's something here? Oh yeah, like it was... Wasn't there an elevator? Yeah, but it's all the way down there, and I don't believe I have a way of getting up there. Oh, I think there was a shortcut. I may have just missed a shortcut that I was meant to use, that I was meant to activate. Damn it. So I literally do have to backtrack because I'm a freaking idiot. I still think it could be negative if I were reviewing this, and I keep on regretting not reviewing this. Like, I understand why I'm not reviewing it because I'd probably be giving negatives all over the place willy nilly because I'm frustrated and because I'm dumb. No, I need. No, I had to turn it twice. Again, because I'm dumb. I had to start giving negatives to myself as part of my review. Negative for idiocy. I have to go all the way back down here, swap in, find the shortcut, activate the shortcut, go all the way back, swap again, and then go back up here again, swap from the other way. This is why you should be able to like actually save your game and have multiple save slots. Because if I make a mistake that I like, there's a hint to somewhere that I missed, I just go back to that. Or if I realize there's something I need to do someplace, and I saved before I left that place. What? Excuse me? Okay. But then how do I get Ellie, stay away from me right now. Ellie, I'm I'm trying to process the terrible, awful design of this game. Is there a way to summon this back up? Because if there isn't a way to summon this back up, then this game is poorly designed, and why even have the frickin' shortcut here? If it's effectively a shortcut to nothing. Like, is there a button to just send this back up? Maybe? I can't interact with that from here. We have no button to send it back up. Can I? I mean, we don't know. Nope, we. This is why I don't want you in my lab. I am in the middle of trying to concentrate and focus on trying to figure out what the hell I'm supposed to do. Because if. God help me! If I do all of this, if I swap things out and I could not get back down here using the shortcut, you're making me waste my damn time. And I cannot respect games that do not respect my time. Negative to frickin' story, or negative. I'm flabbergasted. I think I'm War Runner. I think this is a negative to story. Negative to interaction. Hopefully, you guys are keeping count at home for unskippable cutscenes. Like, I saw absolutely no mechanism to summon the elevator back up. So I'm just gonna be stuck. For all I know, there's gonna be no reason for me to use that shortcut for anything meaningful. Like, I'm already like roughly halfway through the game, so I don't think it's even worth like reviewing at this point. Because I had to like walk back myself back through all the puzzles that I went through to get to this point. Okay, that was a good puzzle. That was a good puzzle. Okay, that's a bad puzzle. Even what the frig this button do? Huh? I had noticed that before. I don't know if that does anything. Would it have done anything for me if that sphere thing was still here? I I just don't know. I think if I were to, there might be an extra step I need to do now because I think maybe the sphere needs to be orientated a particular way before I swap it, maybe, and it wasn't at that direction. So would I go back and waste my freaking time yet again? Even if I could actually get down there, it's not going to be orientated the right way. So I'm going to go all the way back here again. I mean, at least I can confirm that I'm able to get back there with the elevator somehow. Maybe there's some return callback mechanism that only reveals itself once I've lowered the elevator. I have absolutely no reason to believe, beyond my certainty, even more so now because I can freaking rotate that thing, that there's some significance to this. There's a shortcut. Like, all signs seem to indicate that I am supposed to use the swappers to accomplish something here. But like, I still have one sign that seems to indicate that I cannot get back down there. Shortcut is only going to lead me toward a dead end. Hell, I'm not happy with this game right now. I mean, I know it wouldn't be very easy to for a lot of these things to just script it so you can, back so that you can skip the animation because, like, in Riven, it's literally just that. It's an animation. So, there's nothing like, it's just skipping to the end of the script that changes the state of the slide, effectively. It just fast forward you past the animation. But here, like, the animation is more than just an animation. It's also changing the physical state of objects in the game world and where you are, and you know all of that. So it's it's a harder problem to solve. Like in more ways than one. Nope. Screw this game. Screw this game. I don't even know how to Google this problem. Like, how do I Google this problem? How do I use the friggin' Explorer's Guide, which has no screenshots, only text, when I'm desperately trying to figure things out on my own? Like, there are multiple clues telling me that this is what I'm supposed to do. There's the fact that we realize that we can swap objects. We have this huge sphere thing. And we have multiple puzzles teaching us that we can swap stuff from one dimension to another. There's a path that we cannot get to. It has no clear way to get to it. So it stands to reason that we're meant to swap this thing that was clearly came from this world back into its original home. We have a shortcut that should, by all rights, allow us to get back down there. But it doesn't. We're able to rotate it, which seems to indicate that there's something else we need to do. And maybe that will allow us to reach this spot again somehow if we have it rotated correctly. I don't know. Actually, maybe I'm looking at it the wrong way. I think I'm looking at it the wrong way. I think once I rotated it, I could swap that back in there and then get to that spot. I was looking at it from the wrong angle. Also, we have another control panel. Lovely. Is that the same control panel that was down there? Did we move it up? Okay. That's kind of weird. I'm not sure what that does. I apologize to all the people who've been screaming at their screen. Well, hopefully be screaming at their screens, because if you are screaming at your screen, that means that you're watching, and I thank you for watching. I thank you for your screams. I thank you for being so invested in my playthrough that you were getting physically angry at me for wasting my time. Like I should have realized that I couldn't do. I mean, I did realize that I probably can't do this. I just had to confirm my own idiocy by going back and making sure that I am an idiot. I need to confirm these things because I'm an idiot and I cannot confirm my own idiocy. And once again, I'm confirming my own idiocy by even further by rotating this the wrong freaking direction, forcing me to have to do this twice because there's no way to skip past these cutscenes. And again, I understand the mechanical implications of like the mechanical reasons why they can't let me skip the cutscenes, but I'm gonna get myself another bottle of water. I'm sorry, Ellie. I didn't mean to kick you off my lap. I mean, I kind of did, but I kind of didn't. Just, I just don't like you to be here when I'm getting agitated like this. But I think if I were reviewing this, I would probably would still give it a negative, potentially, just because you know it's complicated to do it, but it's not necessarily impossible to find some fashion of scripting a a means of allowing the player to skip these elevator rides, basically. And that's like something I expect to be patched into the game. I just expect that in future games where they have like elevator rides or just like animation sequences or whatever, that they come up with a script tied into the core game code of the game where any like basically any scenario where you're being transported from point A to point B, you can, through a scenic type of a thing, that it can sort of run this, like, it would effectively be kind of like a fast forward button a little bit. You know, like it would effectively just like hitting a particular button would cause the animation to accelerate kind of infinitely, or to its terminus point. I don't normally eat to relieve my stress, but I'm making an exception this once. Doing this once is not going to in itself form a habit. Like, I should have. This is something I should have figured out. Like the moment that I realized I could rotate this building, I should have figured it out. That I take the building back with the platform rotated. I was just so hung up on the idea of I'm sending this back, and I guess good on them for not allowing me to backtrack when I'm not meant to. Okay, I've been rotated again. Why am I not able to rotate it? Why do I have multiple rotation states? That is a negative to control. There's still a negative to control here because there's a freaking load screen and an animation that I cannot skip. There's no way to logically judge where this needs to be without like there's a negative to control. Or maybe a negative to information. It could be a negative to both, to be honest. I probably would say it's more to interaction slash control. I'm still going to use the term control. Because this is my philosophy. Once you figure out the solution to a puzzle, executing that solution should be simple. There shouldn't be anything. Like, this is even worse on if I weren't playing this off of an M2 SSD. This would be even worse. And your enjoyment of a game should not hinge on your hardware. In fact, I have like some of the best hardware as far as SSDs are concerned right now. Like I have realized that rotating this might allow me to access places that I was not able to access before. This is basically the rotating down from ribbon, but without the good game design, without the peepholes that allow me to see what the hell I'm doing. Like I should count how long this friggin' takes to load on my M2 SSD. I'm pretty sure this is running off of my M2, like my NVMe, like the latest standard in SSDs. They're supposed to be blazing fast. This is a Samsung, 2 terabyte. I think this is. My God, I have to like literally think of where this goes, or just keep on going back and forth until it's where it needs to be, or just think of like the direction it's rotating and the increments in which it's rotating. Like it might be 45 degrees, in which case another 45 degrees will take me to here, so I need to rotate it twice. But again, this feels like it's I'm solving the rotating room, but with a hand tied me behind my back. I think it takes. I don't know. I need to like next time I do this, I need to count how long it takes on this M2 NVMe SSD. Like I think I had the friggin' box for it. Like this is this may not be like the quite the newest iteration of it, but this is a 970 Evo Plus NVMe M2. And then like getting down there to rotate it is a bit of a pain too. Like to quote a great man, what were they thinking? I cannot do a good impression of him. Like yeah, I that seems like it's 90 degrees. I could be wrong, but like the amount it's rotating feels like it's 90 degrees. It's like they're taking a bunch of elements from Riven and they're like, hey, how can we up the ante? Rather than come up with a okay, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, 6 100, 7 100, 8 100, 9 100, 10 100, 11 100, 12 100, 13 100, 14 100, 15 100, 16 100, 17 100, 18 100, 19 100, 20 100. Like that's about like 20, 25, 21 seconds off of off of this thing. Like I think there's only like one generation newer than this. Dude, imagine how this would run off of a um like a SATA SSD or a SATA HDD. And my god, did it just like miss it? How? What did I do? How do I recalibrate this thing? Also, I think I need to go into here. I don't even know where the hell this is in the freaking guide. Like, is there some other mechanism I need to do, like calibrate how much this thing rotates? Please, someone magically pop into my chat room and tell me what the hell I'm supposed to do. This would probably be an information negative. Like you said, face value. I do not have the information I need. It could be information and control both. Or information and interaction both. But if I had to choose one or the other, it would be information. It is not giving me sufficient information to interact properly with this puzzle. Let me freaking take a screenshot. And then push the button and start counting. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000, 6 1000, 7 1000, 8 1000, 9 1000, 10 1000, 11 1000, 12 1000, 13 1000, 14 1000, 15 1000, 16 1000, 17 1000, 18 1000, 19 1000. Okay, so that's about like 20 seconds, roughly, give or take. It seems to vary a little bit. Okay, is this just watch? This is exactly where I started. We just rotated. Wait. We have a shortcut to the temple. Is this where we? do what I initially thought was the solution. This might be what I do for what I initially considered the solution to be. Although, that wouldn't help me, would it? We'll see, I guess. All about just to unlock a shortcut. I'm going to cry. I don't know if I'm actually going to physically cry, because that many things make me physically cry. Like, Advent Children make me cry. That's like the most recent thing I can think of that made me cry. Or at least like on the verge of tears. Was the ending of Advent Children. Make fun of me if you want. I haven't watched Grave with the Fireflies in a while. That probably would also kind of something that would make me cry. Yeah, it looks like everything is powered up. So I don't see much reason. Maybe for the ending of the game, I might have to. No, Ellie's probably just refusing to see me. There might be another swapper that'll take me someplace a little closer. I'm actually not quite sure. I need to close the screen door. It's getting a little too cold. Yeah, I don't think there's another swapper. I'm waiting for this freaking loading screen to play out. I will close the screen door. Really? I don't have as much fur as you, so I was still not finished loading. I mean, it's possible the game is not properly optimized for M2 SSDs, which is entirely possible since it was made in 2016. Again, I still don't think that excuses the inability to control this thing once I get it down here. Like, I know consistency is maybe a little bit of an issue, but I don't know, just have there be a lever or something that would have summoned it from the other side that's just broken. That would be my solution. Also looks like a spot where there could have been a swamper at one point. I'm not sure. Just watch. It will take us to a door that we're still not able to open. So we'll be able to get to it, but we won't be able to do anything. And how do we get down there? Okay, we're just seeing that edge of this. It looks like a path, but hey, I'll get for here. And huh. Okay, this is like the intended way that room was supposed to be set up. We still can't get through the door. So we have restored the natural order of things. And what did that get us? Absolutely nothing but Jack and shit. And Jack left town, so. Yay, we've solved the puzzle! What do I get? Nothing. Actually, I didn't get both of them in camera, okay. Through this game. I hate it, and I no longer wish to play it. Except I am going to because, well, I actually want to have something that was on my list, like, quite all the way through if it didn't get to all of the funding. At the very least, I would have to reallocate the funds because I didn't complete it. There's something about, yeah, that's the war room. I don't know if that's the doors to the war room or. Okay, so I think that's where we're at technically. Is it where we? Like, we're not really in a spherical room right now. This walkthrough is bullshit. It feels like it skipped a few bits. I took the elevator down. That's where I ended up. There's something I need to do in the crankshaft cavern? What? Even the body check. Wait, I'm not at the body check yet. I must disengage the shaft that is turning the gear by the tree. How do I figure out which? Are there symbols here to indicate which pistons are going to which places? Or do I need to just do this by pure trial and error? Or just shut them all down? What? Oh yeah, I need to. Really? Oh, come on. And it would seem to be the one that would be closest to um where we wanted to go. So I'm not even gonna bother keeping track of how many times I've. Yeah, I kind of like separate or set it up in a way where like the position shift of this elevator, for example, would just you push a button and it happens instantly. Granted, I don't know. Well, that's where we already were. I still. I can check to see if there's a gear still moving by the tree. Nope. Am I missing something else? That gear is no longer moving. What the hell? There's also something about a war room I can't even get to. Am I supposed to be able to get to it? Am I like sequence breaking the hell out of this game to the point where like I don't even. Oh, the walkers are helping me. Why? Like almost every step of the way, it feels like there's some fundamentally good game design going on here. But I keep on running into things where I just can't figure anything out. Like even if I'm following the official guide, the store will still not open. What am I doing wrong? What is this guide doing wrong? The official guide from the creators of the game themselves. Cracked lower passage. I'm so damn confused. It, unless there's like another way down in this pair, in which case screw you because I don't have the access to the swapper anymore, so I need to go all the way back around. So again, the game is not respecting my time. The game is still refusing to respect my time. Because I think I found the solution, and the truth is I haven't. I mean, I know there was like tons of different states for rotating it, so probably more than more logical to just access the two upper platforms. So there might be a lower platform that I just completely missed. Still screws the game for forcing me to backtrack constantly when just because I don't get something right away. Like this is the importance of having proper playtesters. Like there's to me there's two phases or maybe even teams of playtesters you need to employ. One is the obvious, bugs and glitches and such like that. People who are, intentionally poking and prodding, trying to find, you know, actual bugs in the game. The other is playtesters for refining the game, for like figuring out like Valve's infamous for having this layer of playtesting, who are just like making sure that people can figure out the solutions to the puzzles. Sometimes to a fault. Sometimes they make the solutions a little too, arguably a little too obvious, but um, But technically, it's better for the solutions to be too obvious than not obvious enough. I'm pretty sure this is an instance of not obvious enough. Well, I pushed. You didn't finish playing your opening animation or whatever. I'm pretty sure I pushed the frickin' button. I just pushed it too frickin' early. I have a feeling this is gonna be a game where I would put negatives down and scratch them out on a fairly regular basis. Here's something fun I can just talk about while I'm backtracking it again. So I consider myself to be a fairly good actor. I would hope I potentially be a pretty good voice actor. Like I do acting and voices pretty well. Um, but I was reciting the lines of Cirrus and Achenar and trying to give it like kind of my own spin based on my impressions of the characters. And I think the character who definitely needs the most adjustment if you're gonna do I guess a more serious take on Mist would be Achenar, like by far. Because I like recited like all of their lines from like the books and the innings, and I feel like the only instance where um I'm just gonna rotate it once. The only instance where Achenar would be going really crazy, especially using the scene and the lines as read, would be um when you game over. And even I probably would still cut out a lot of his lines. Or a lot of the little bits like where it's like, yeah, oh yes. Like I would not have him doing that. Okay, so I believe there are lower paths. And again, we have to go back and forth, through frickin' loading screens until we figure out how we are actually supposed to have this rotated. So like not only are we doing this in like literally blind, like not only is it a blind playthrough. Excuse me, Twitch, for using that word. But this is giving entirely new meaning to a blind playthrough. Ah, that is a lot. Hope you don't have antiphobia. Or whatever the heck this would be. Like, what would be a fear of insects? Actually, it would make sense in a sense that spiders would be yeah, that would be entomophobia. Hope you don't have entomophobia. Trigger warning for Nintendophobes. Antennomophobes or whatever. What was it? Was it entomophobes? This game should have a trigger warning on it for entomophobes. Granted, Skyrim doesn't have a arachnophobe warning, so I hope it's a spot where a lot of players will, with slower computers, will have a ton of slowdown. How will I access the war room? Or is that just a whole other section that I could rotate to get to? Also, there's a shortcut, I think. Probably somewhere in here is that damn upper door. There we go. I really want to see that war room too. I'm probably gonna do the tree thing first, just to be. I'm acting on strategy guide information at this point, so wait, wait. Here it is. Okay, here's the war room. We can tell it's the war room because there's. So we have an incomplete swapper thing here. Kind of malfunctioning too. Oh, they like experimenting with using a pressure plate to activate the swappers. Is that a Mofang? I think that would be a Mofang. Okay. Please read thoroughly. We must have every detail in place. Our lives and our species depend on this being executed perfectly. Locations and times in this document are based on the information leaked by the Roko and Chavar. Our lives depend on the accuracy of this information we have received from them. Remainers. Yeah. CW Earth, Trar Aprar or Orbar Mare, Arai 1 Polyarch Captar. Prep day 17, hour 12. Begin chambering. In day, whatever, probably Virilin manifest. All souls chambered. Beginning on day 17, 148 AR, remainers in place with hands-on swap trigger. Beginning of day 17, 148 AR, Ruko and Chevar arrive, question mark, chambered by Trar. Beginnings of day 17, 148 AR, Trar on guard of chamber. Trigger time day 17, 148 AR, hour 5 minutes 30 free, could vary by plan by plus or minus 4 minutes. Trigger locations as prescribed. All locations should have small error allowance. Memory has largest margin of error potential. Be alert. Trigger task. Trigger reswap immediately after swap. Any delay increases the risk of detonation in a home sphere and the risk of a remainer being disabled in Mofang. Communication. Farley will ensure I'll ensure that all remainers, or in the case of Captar, the remaining polyarch, receive and understand this document. E8, 9, 8, 7, 3, 3, 9, 2, 2, 3, 8, 5. I'm taking we don't actually need to apply this until substantially later, since the walkthrough is taking us to a moray next. I don't particularly feel like backtracking at this point. It's just like part of the other supply arc. If we stand here long enough, we'll be able to communicate to it psychically, or it, she. I don't know what gender if it has a concept of gender. If I correctly, they may effectively be semi-asexual, or their reproductive cycle is otherwise extremely different from ours. Also, I think we still may have a loading screen here. I think it's because all of them are connected. Maybe? This one looks a little different from... Maybe it's to make the transition from one to another seamless. Okay, so this one... I think the reason why it looked like a reflection was because it wasn't really. It's just they're all connected in a way where, because all the chambers are effectively um, symmetrical. Yeah, it's definitely not a reflection. This one has like a black hole in the background. Like on the opposite side anyway. Like this has... Could be a black hole, but maybe not. More like a white hole. I'm not sure if we ever like observed the white hole. Anyway, if I'm correct, this should take us back to... Yeah, that's why it's a separate loading area. Because it's also effectively a hub. Where they could have just used portals or something. or just made it seamless. Because like this is so a long enough tunnel that they could have just had it loading in the background as you descend. Maybe they don't know how to code that. I don't know. And again, this was made in 2016 before SSDs were more common, so they probably could have done that a little more practically if. Yeah, I'm really betting there's an achievement for destroying all of these hollow projectors. There has to be. I'm just not in the mood to. I wonder if he'll still like tell us the exact same thing. Like, hey, you still haven't done all the other ones yet. Just giving you a progress update. Okay. Okay, stubborn, Cirrus. Surly stubborn Cirrus. Cirrus. It isn't proper alliteration until you have at least free letters or free words. Ellie, you came out here. Where'd you go? I thought I heard your bells or something. I want to try using this combination in the. Thingamajig. They should really try and patch this game too with like NVMe support. I don't know, there's like a mod or something for this game that adds NVMe support. I hope it just does anything for us the way everything's laid out currently. Oh well. Um, I'm just not sure if it's going to do anything for us when we swap it. back? Because won't the chamber be rotated too? Maybe not. Probably not. Because it wouldn't be rotated unless we rotated it while it was out here. I think. They aren't physically connected to each other. Or metaphysically. Whatever. Now we had to head all the way back. A puzzle that I'm not sure we're even equipped to solve yet. Like, we could. Do I really want to do this? Like, does the guide tell me that whether or not. Okay, I'm. Great. The body check for the control panel is if you need more help with the control panel, try looking at the worksheet you found in the garage, or even playing at the device in the garage. You can experiment and get through. You can make a bridge by connecting a bunch of blobs. Beyond that, here's a tip of technical info. Control panels are made up of 5 separate digits, and each digit represents a number from 0 to 3. Now I gotta remember where the freaking one that gets me to wherever the heck this is. It's a jungle planet. It's been a while since I've been there. Been a while. Like I'm very tempted at this point just to see if there's anywhere that actually outright gives me the solution. Because I have, as far as I can tell, it seems to rely on a degree of trial and error. And I have absolutely no time for that. Or no patience. Like, I have plenty of time. I just don't have the patience. No, this is the one that I hate this game. I love it, but I hate it. Wait, oh no, that was the spot where I'm. Did I mention how much of an idiot I am? I, I remember if I had, but I am an idiot, so clearly the part of my brain that does that give us anything? I don't think it does. I can leave this as it is, just in case. Um, I think if we need that chunk of unwrap and again whatever this is. Yeah, I think that might be. Yeah, okay. Huh. Okay. I'll look at the numbers for 0 to 3 and see if I can identify them in the higher numbers. I would kind of like to get some sense of um how this puzzle's supposed to work. Not sure what that path is supposed to be. Wait a second. Oh no, we can't actually go down there. Okay. Cool. Well, no, the mayor's been eaten. I can only assume that the mayor has been eaten now. He probably deserved it though. Set these to 0. No, what? That's the opposite of what I wanted to do. This time that started annoying me. Which one? Like, what were they? How are they designing this? How are they designing the controls so poorly that I cannot do a simple action like this? Like, I'm pretty sure I'm clicking on the middle of this. Like, do I need to click all the way to the? Okay, maybe that's what I'm doing wrong. No, maybe no. It feels like it's like I cannot interact with. Okay, I guess I can interact with them. Then why is the bridge so damn narrow? When you get to the like the interactable portion, why can't it be a single click to the middle or roughly in the middle-ish? That's what it should be. Just don't make it something where you drag it because it doesn't work properly all the time. And there's no way to reset it that I can see. Like this is would definitely, again, in a proper review, this would get like a negative to control. Like this is literally or interaction because this is literally like there's no question. This is literally an interaction fail. Like outright, I cannot interact with this properly. It's maybe the first time I've ever encountered anything that is this big. Like, I kind of want to give it two negatives. I don't know how I would justify giving it two negatives with the the system I have in place because usually there has to be like more than one thing wrong with it. Like in this case, it's just so wrong on a fundamental level that it deserves two negatives. I really, really want a clean slate. Will this be easier? Of course not. Why would it be easier? Why would it be easy at all? Okay, screw you. So let's look at our worksheet. We have 1, 2, and 3. 0 is just nothing as far as I know. Oh, there is like a 4 symbol, isn't there? Or is 4. I think 4 is a variation of 1. It's just with the corner being. Uh, excuse me. So 4 is 1 moved up over there. Maybe it doesn't even matter where it's moved, except in this one instance, I guess. Maybe like it might kind of matter. Huh. And so 1 activates that. What if we do 1 and 2? Which would be 3? Not necessarily. Um, Fighting 1 and 2 should be 4, but it corrected to a different shape. But it did give me 2 platforms, maybe. Okay. And 3, that would be the X, I think. Or is this a symbol for free? Oh yeah, it is a symbol for free. So it automatically corrects to free when you add 1 and 2. Huh. Interesting. So it is do the symbol for. How many platforms are there? If there's 6, then. I mean, maybe more than that. Although this is free and appears to have revealed. Also, I think it reset itself when I walked away from it. Damn it. Okay, so. The 6 got rid of something. I think. No, wait, it may have added something. I am still very confused. Like, what if I did 7? 7 would be 4 plus 3. I'm not even sure what 88 is supposed to be. Tell you what the number is. I'll just figure out what the number is. I will just do the freaking math. No, I didn't mean to like it. What the hell are you? There's a tweet that I liked that I didn't mean to like because I. What the hell? I need to look up what the name of the Murray. Um. Okay, so value of one creates a frame not made to walk across. Value is a 2 of 3 create services. Recommend filling in 2 because it's faster, but more importantly, it's fun to draw squiggles. Okay, so are we just? Maybe. Ah, okay, so we just draw squiggles until the bridge completes itself. Well, now we got two of them. So I guess all I have to learn is that the value of two makes the bridge do its thing and controls the individual segments of the bridge. Okay, what do we do with this? Hmm. I think we don't just go back. We had to. Is there a quick way to reach it? Like, this could be semi-quick. It's so damn far away. I'm almost surprised that they haven't like updated the game for M2 for like NVMe drives. Panicking. You're panicking. Hey, he's still eating. Okay, that was a bad idea. No, wait. Well, this will be interesting. Oh, well, that's really interesting. So it returned the other Whopper along with it because it's in range, I guess. Huh. Not sure how to exploit that. I really like to be able to figure out a puzzle on my own today. I mean, I kind of figured out the sphere room on my own. I guess a little bit. It kind of counts. I have no idea what this does for me. I guess that's like hopefully you enjoyed your little walk in the woods because now things start getting a little tougher. We're in some swamp. Hopefully your brain doesn't hurt yet. You're going to need it as you move on. And this is getting good or bad depending on how much you enjoy this kind of thing. So these are apparently villain structures. Oh yeah, they are villain. Yeah. It throws in a rotational element. Swap, spin, spin, swap, spin, swap. Oh my god. This is where the loading times actually are potentially. What's come to be affectionately known as the puzzleismo. I wonder if he's somehow a meringue in disguise? A morag? I think it's the morag. I have to look it up. I think it might be the morag who are that was evident to me kind of instantly. Okay, so we're back to square one, I think. Check it. Swap, swap, move, swap, rotate, move, swap, backtrack, swap, wait, move, then backtrack, or is it swap, then swap? Never mind. There's a lot of swapping, rotating, moving, a bit of backtracking. Sorry, this one is on you. Screw you. The developers desperately want you to figure things out on your own, which is fine. It's fine. We're all fine here. How are you? I don't know how I'm using it to move. I'll start with this one this time. Okay. Now I've got the entire thing here. Do we actually need to backtrack at any point? I hope not, because that's bullshit. I mean, it's entirely possible. Okay. I think we may have access to a bridge now. This was this here before? But huh, I did something. Dead end. That's nice. Okay. Now button. We have some. Oh, here we go. Here's some. I'm gonna try using this one first. This one's clearly from Panorama, so we need to. I think we need to bring the generator or the. Will this take me to the garage? No, the garage didn't have a completely new area. Oh my god, it's a completely new area. Let's use this one so we don't inadvertently. This should work. Hopefully. There we go. Make some squigglies. Squiggly, squiggly a little bit. I think we need to get over there first, maybe? There was a control panel over here, so. Also, should I see what that button does? Or does that just like return the bridge? Does it do nothing yet? Okay. Spot where the spear disruptor was. Or dome disruptor. That sounds cooler. This didn't do anything for us, really. We haven't done anything at the middle one yet, so I think these low screens are a little shorter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, it's still too long. Too damn freaking long. Wait, there's a bridge here too. And a bridge over there, although this is the only. Um, wish the pattern would go with it. It's like just one solution that you can use it everywhere. Which is fine, I guess, but really? I've already figured it out. What's that making me have to go for this every freaking time? Huh. Hello, Oleg. The gauntlet area is complex. This is literally. It was meant to be. The villain intended it to provide friction. The idea is to slow down any mass movement within the world. Now that we have begun to have suspicions, you'll notice that they have reformed and extruded entire areas to confuse and slow down any mass attack. They really go out of their way to explain like why this is so complicated to do. Your task will be to reset all the locks in the gauntlet before being potted. Right, please keep this to yourself. I used a shade of blue ink that is not easily visible to the Mofang. Oh my god. I have a feeling I'm going to reach a point where I'm just going to look up a step-by-step walkthrough. Maybe this is a slippery slope where I'm just like relying more and more on walkthroughs and less on my own brain. Really feeling beyond devious. Maybe I need this back there. They really have a lot of faith in me. It is probably misplaced. That has returned. And again, it just leads me here, so we need to get across. So the bridges remain extended. That's good to know. Um, I have to wonder what made the Mopang want to invade in the first place. This looks like it's already partially completed. Huh. The middle one again? Wait, there's a button here. No, that's not a button. That's wait, it's a button. Oh, sneaky, sneaky. So we need to swap that back in. I believe we can also swap it back over here eventually. We should be able to allow us to go across that way. Oh shit, I don't think this is. Oh, it's back here so we can rotate the room until it's in the spot where we can. At least this is a simple solution, relatively speaking. It's easy to like replicate and remember. Like, okay, it's quickly aligned. There's more solutions to this, but this is like the by far the easiest to remember. Alright, I'm gonna try and do this about an unofficial walkthrough. At least as far as I can get before I'm just completely stumped. Okay, this isn't doing helping us get in. Helping us get anywhere. I think swapping that one thing back will help us get somewhere. Maybe. I don't know. Again, this is probably the one game that I will give a negative if I ever review it. We'll get a negative for loading times. Like loading times are inconsequential when they're infrequent. Like they should have waited and not done a puzzle like this until friggin' like firmament or something, where like there are consoles and computers that are equipped standard with an SSD, so they can code the game with SSDs in mind. So I think that these should have memory. I'll do a different kind of quickly. I guess because the minute matters where the squigglies are, as long as they squig. As long as the squiggles squig, they'll waggle. Oh, yep. Okay. That's a locked door, but I think we have a path here because it was blocking this thing, which is still a dead end regardless. So, what's up with something I can interact with, though? That would be glowing blue. So, I might be stumped at this point. There's power cords that might be hooked up the lighting. They get all the way down there, which we can't get to yet, so screw you. I'm going home. Wait, I can't go home. Damn it! It'd be too late for me to actually figure things out and put this together. Although I feel like I've exhausted all my options. Like there's no dead end. There's nothing for me to activate. There's no um. Well, there's this maybe. Are there any other rotation buttons? Like I'm not sure what this is here for quite yet. I think this only has two states. Yeah. Yep. Okay. I do like the sense that they are making a lot of the puzzles make sense within the setting. Like that's not only good for immersion, but it's good for making some sense of this is the part of the key to figure out the solution can be um uh working out some actual intent. I don't know. Just have no idea how we're meant to get over there. Like there's no way to teleport a and we still don't know what this friggin' button is meant to do. Which is a problem. Again, because we need to have Okay, so this is up. This is down, but why not just make it one button though? Also, again, what is this for? Why do we have the space? Why can we get here? Is there something we're meant to do? I'm kind of stumped. Like, more than kind of. I hate to, like, end on a. Now, this is pod writing, apparently. That's what literally the page says, although it's backwards to you. And also transparent. Anyway, it's getting late. My brain hurts. In a good way? Like, it does not actually, like, physically give me a headache, so it's not affecting my sinuses in any way, but. Like, so far, there's a degree of, like, logic and intuitiveness to it. It just, I think we're starting to reach the limit of the intuitiveness. Like, again, I feel like I'm not going to get the yeah. So anyway, I think the problem with the bridge puzzle is that I was literally overthinking it. It's literally figuring out the numbers and then figuring out that if you repeat a number, it will make multiple sections of the bridge go up. So all you have to do is repeat the number two across the board enough times for the entire bridge to light up. Like, wow. It is simultaneously smart and dumb. I I think my game controller's on photo and my mouse is on quit. Okay. Anyway, there's a bunch of things you can do. You can like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Or you might not want to after all the mastery that I've gone through. But anyway, um, um, thank you for watching, especially this one. This has been a pain. At least know that you're not the only one suffering. um, so thank you so very much for watching and putting up with this. And until next time,